I'm a big proponent of like, don't always assume that there's something else left to fix. Sometimes it's just
Yeah.
not time yet.
Hello, friends. We're back. We're Black and Curious. I'm Kendrin.
Hey, it's Deja. How y'all doing? Welcome.
Hello. And we're back. If you've never been here before, we do a cross section of real life and pop culture. We do commentary on all of the above. Deja has our topic for the day.
Sorry, y'all, I'm looking at my puppy because he's waking up. So hopefully we can get through this. So we are talking about pleasure as a function of wellness and not the sexual kind. Okay, get your minds out of together, please.
Because when I read the topic, I thought that's where you were going, but go ahead.
No. So the thing that I liked about, so the article is from, let me open it again. So it is a very short, oh wait, this is the psychology.
Mental health, MN.
Yes, that's the first one. I didn't read the long one. So yeah, Family Resource Center of Pennsylvania, they had like this little short excerpt on pleasure, and they were talking about like how children have the ability to play and create the worlds that they desire, and they're so carefree and they are having a blast. And it just kind of made me think about how we have been kind of having these conversations probably over the last year about trying to figure out, from coming from a place of burnout to the mundane portion of life, to like having big life changes happening, like turning 40 for me, and just trying to like starting over, which I've made mention to, like me starting over altogether. And it's just like, girl, we almost 40 years old, what the fuck we doing starting over?
Mm.
But reading this article and like subsequent some other conversations that I had watched or listened to through podcasts, it just
Mm-hmm.
made me think about like how do we find the play in life as adults.
Yeah.
One of the things that's mentioned in the short article is that those who get it in the sense that those people, those adults who know how to stay in the now and really just kind of play from day to day with whatever is happening, are very well adjusted people and
Yeah.
be much happier in life than those of us who kind of plan and prepare and live for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And that has definitely been a thing that I have been like on a deep, like a deep undertaking over the last 5 years to rip myself away from this idea and this notion that I have to live for something that's not even here.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you become burnt out. I think that's how you become disillusioned with the life that you're living, or the relationships that you have, or like even to the point of the conversation that we just had, like you said something about wanting to get into the psyche of your mom, and not
Mm-hmm.
because you needed clarity, but because you have the time to do so,
Mm-hmm.
and being present in the moment and present of mind to have these conversations that just, they will impart some sort of new knowledge to you that you didn't necessarily go seeking for, but you got
Right.
because you
Right.
decided to live in the present. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm looking for a quote about burnout. I saw it like literally the other day and was like, this is so good. Go ahead, keep going. I'm just gonna.
yeah. I think that with this journey that I've been on, through leaving corporate America to restarting my coaching business, to adding new services within my business, to freelancing so that I could have some coins coming in,
Mm-hmm.
to just trying new things. And really, honestly, the new thing that I have been trying is fucking resting. It's been really difficult.
Yeah.
As someone who again has always lived for the future and like future planning, being in this transition and stage of life has been difficult for me, in the sense that I feel like like somehow I'm lazy, or
Mhm.
that I'm not doing enough, or that I'm somehow, hey, stop that. I see you. Come here. Come. Sorry. Um, come on. You can get up here and sit with mommy because I don't want you fucking with shit. Ugh. Ew. No kisses in the mouth. Thank you. Just sit here. Um, but I feel like I I have kind of teeter-tottered back and forth between this. I know, get off my makeup sponges, sir. We're gonna turn your head the other way because you finna be fucking. This is
I
Oz.
think it Oh, there you go. Hello. Hi, dog. Oh, no, I think you're right when you were saying stuff about it is about being more so in the present.
Yeah.
That's something that I've struggled with a lot, and I've tried to a big part of my, self-care these days has been to slow down. I always felt like I was going from minute to minute to minute, like, okay, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do like this
Mm-hmm.
all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just like slow down and enjoy the things that you couldn't always do. Like for me, Starbucks is not great. It's fine. It's what's near my job. So the fact that like having a second and taking a minute to just be like, there was a time when this was a treat and I can do this as much as I want these days. And, I don't do it every day. I don't have Starbucks every day, but like this is something it used to be a treat, and appreciating the moment that I'm in where something that used to be this like rare thing that I treated myself with from time to time is now something that I can indulge in regularly. Like
Mm-hmm.
having just those moments of like, okay, this is a thing.
An
Um,
acknowledgement of that. Yeah.
or even, I made a cake the other week. What was it, last week? I think, as a part of my like therapeutic exercise, because my therapist encouraged me to do things that I really like enjoy. And just the baking and slowing down to just like do the process and walk through the steps was like super lovely. And just leaving space to just have lovely moments. It doesn't have to be anything super special, just something just lovely and that I
Right.
enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
Right. I think honestly, so I've only had this little guy for a month. And having him has definitely helped me to be like more present and top of mind because I'm like playing
Mhm.
with him and I'm chasing him around, trying to keep him from like shitting on my goddamn floors.
Okay.
But like just like enjoying the time that I have with this little busy butt. What are you doing, man? Can you sit still? Can you sit still, please? But just being able to sit and like kick it with him, like it has definitely slowed me down. Hey, stop chewing on that. It has definitely slowed me down in the sense that I'm more aware of the like stopping to smell the roses, so to speak. Like
Yeah.
the things that I noticed, like I noticed it yesterday where once I got situated onto the couch, how I wanted to sit. Sometimes he does not wait for me to get comfortable. He just come and plop himself all in the goddamn way. But like he will, like I took a picture of it yesterday. Like I was sitting kind of crisscross applesauce on the couch. And he came and like hopped up on the couch and then crawled right in the middle and just went to sleep, snoring and all.
Good for him.
And
Living a good
so
life.
like exactly. So like having this puppy kind of like changed my it's helped to change my like thought process sometimes,
Mhm.
so that I'm not feeling so look at him. You was cute till I said something. um it's just really allowed me to like laugh and be silly and be in
Yeah.
natural state of being, which
Mhm.
I hadn't really been in a long time. I think that's one of the things that when we first met and we were talking, like reflecting back on like our friendship while we were still in college, you said to me, and it's something I'll never forget, you said that like I had taught you the ability to just be purely blissfully happy for just no apparent reason. And like that is
Yeah.
my home frequency. And I hadn't fucking been like that in years. So like,
Yeah.
and I'm not like that all the time now. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's still a joy. Stop biting. That hurts. Um I'm not like that all the time, but being able to kind of like play with him and keep him together definitely helps to
Yeah.
bring me back to that. Will you stop it? I'm putting you down.
Yeah.
Putting you down because you're being crazy.
Yeah. So I think that, yeah, pleasure is very much a part of, and just having small pleasures and just finding spaces for joy in the day to day. Is like kids are happy, but they don't really, well, I mean, kids are happy. For the on a whole, kids are happy, and they don't even have no reason to be happy. They just out
Mhm.
here,
You're just existing.
they just existing and laughing and doing small little silly stuff to just crack themselves up or crack each other up, and they are content. And I think perhaps that's what it is. It's a bit of contentment, for me at least, that I am missing. And but I'm
Yes.
working super hard to get back
Get
into,
out of there.
and just being more intentional, I guess, about working toward that. So that's what it is for me.
Thanks. I think too, like the biggest thing that I took away, there's a statement in that article where he's just kind of talking about like the balance of life. And while logically we do need to prepare for our futures in some sort of way, so in case anything comes up, you're gonna be able to take care of it with ease.
Mhm.
But at the same time, um, you gotta have fun. You have to like let life be life and not take things so seriously, and or carry like one thing that happened on Monday of last week through to Sunday of the next week. Like
Mhm.
you have to be a little bit more childlike in order to be completely well mentally.
Mhm.
And I think the thing that I am working through is letting go of what I'm so worried about as it relates to like the current state that I'm in with like trying to figure out what I'm going to do next.
Yeah.
um Letting that go and just keep going forward in the things that I'm doing, and what will be regardless. I think one of the things like on an esoteric level, one of the things that we don't realize as humans, if you've never studied any type of occult knowledge or anything like that, is that when you are constantly worried about something, or if you are just blissfully, stupidly happy all the time, then that's the things that you're going to continue to receive. But if you're
Right.
constantly worried about something or you're upset and angry, then that's the thing that you're going to continue to receive. Because the way
Right.
that it works is that you are the beacon, and the energy that you carry. I've talked about this before, but the energy that you carry and that you put into the different things, your beliefs, your actions, your work, your whatever the case may be, those like beacons that you kind of send out, especially if it's a constant with like negative thinking. If it's a constant
Mm.
thought, then that's what's going to continue to be a part of your reality. If
Yeah.
you're able to change the station, so to speak, like change the radio station of your mind to something more positive or something that brings you more joy. Like I feel like God was like, you know what, Teresa, who's my mother, give her this dog because she needs a distraction, because my mind was so fixated on lack and what I didn't have and where I was
Yeah.
in life and how, how I was going to get there, that I was just turning my wheels, but nothing was fucking happening. And
Yeah.
so like pure example of your train of thought creates the reality that you have. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's true. Like
Yeah. I was
the
thinking about
times,
this too
the
recently.
I'll say this one bit and then go ahead. The times that I was in similar transitional periods in my life, but my mindset was different in the sense that like I was just kind of like, okay, this is what's happening. I'm gonna keep doing this and I'm gonna keep doing that, and then something is gonna come forward to tell me this is the direction I'm supposed to go in.
Yeah.
And everything is like the whole highway of life opened up to me.
Right.
And like something else that you said to me years ago that has stuck with me was that You were just like, I don't know what it is about you, man, but you just be having like crazy favor. And but it's not, it is, I am definitely favored and highly blessed by God, right? But at the same time, it's also my beacon was sending out the right frequency to continue to be blessed.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, but what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say I've been having a similar epiphany of late. Just thinking about how it is that I'm showing up and how it is that I'm seeing cycles. I'm a big person and a big believer in that. I'm very good at acknowledging patterns
Mm-hmm.
in my life particularly, but you know, just in different things. I'm like, if there's a pattern, I'm gonna see it. It's like my superpower. But I am really good at seeing that, and I'm noticing a pattern in my life. And yeah, it has, in reframing the pattern where it is that I'm not the victim in the story, but like that I'm able to do something to shift why I'm getting a certain outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I think that for me, anyways, some of that has to do with some healing that I need to do so that I can attract different things into my life.
And sometimes, Kendra, I'll even add this. Sometimes it's not a matter of healing that you need to do. I think a lot of the times, because we are academic people, we
Mhm.
resort back to there's things that we need to fix and go through these like chronological and logical steps to get to this certain level. That's not necessarily the case.
I
It's
think in my case it is. I understand what you're saying, but I think in my case that there is some healing to do.
not to say that it's not possible, but like
Mhm.
I don't want us to be like, I'm a big proponent of like, don't always assume that there's something else left to fix. Sometimes it's just
Yeah.
not time yet. So for the
Yeah.
revelation and the manifestation and the next trajectory of life that it is that you're trying to get to, sometimes you're just not in the right window in terms of all the things coming together to create the thing that you want.
No, I get that. And I understand that in some spaces, but there are other spaces where I know that there is unhealed things, and that's the reason why certain things keep showing up, or certain types of
Right.
relationships keep showing up over and over again, and it's because you haven't done your work. Or there's something that you've kind of maybe skirted around, but you maybe need to do a deep dive on.
Right.
So, um, yeah, so that's just where I am with it. But
That
yeah,
makes
I think all of that to say, um, this is the pleasure one, right? We're
yes.
talking about pleasure. I'm like,
Pleasure
yeah,
as
all of
as
that
a
to
function
say,
of this.
yeah. Um, I think being present, and those being present in where you are, and also, I mean, can be reflecting back a little bit, can show you areas, that you can do better in, or thinking
Mm-hmm.
about things that you've done well in the past or you've enjoyed a lot in the past. You can bring those things forward and project them out if you know in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I
The other
think that
thing,
all of that it is a part of having enduring joy in a
yeah,
certain situation. And
yeah.
like, even from when we were talking, the other article that you put in there, it talks about why those moments of happiness don't always necessarily equate to an enduring
Mhm.
joy. And it's like, some of it is you have to like be able to take those moments and remember how to tap back into them in those moments in the future, and make
Mhm.
space for those in your schedule, in terms of like even just planning out time to make time in actual space as you're planning forward to create spaces of pleasure.
Mhm.
And that's important too, and that's how you keep it going.
Mhm. The other thing that, in the last point that I'll make, is that I'm not promoting toxic positivity. Like,
Yeah,
and what I
not
mean
at
by
all.
that is like, if things are shitty, then things are shitty. And you're
Yeah.
allowed to feel whatever the feeling is that's negative. I'm not saying that you need to, reframe your thinking and
Yeah.
fucked up, but I'm gonna be happy, because that's not true. That's not a realistic way of coexisting with God and life as it's
Mm.
happening to you.
Nope.
So like, if you're feeling shitty, you having a moment, you have, like I said in a couple of conversations over, it's been a week for me. I've acknowledged that it's been a week for me, and I'm not on my tip top, but I am still remaining present and hopeful that what happened, what transpired is done. The only thing that matters is the now. And I'm going to be in the state of being that I'm in now. So I've been happy and go lucky and peaceful for the last day or two. I'm going to stay there much as I can. Not to say that that something couldn't happen to, tank your ship. Life is life, period. Shit happens all the time. It's up to us to figure out how to re-steer our emotional ship, basically. So like once you take a dip of some sort, you just kind of pull yourself back on track, or allow yourself to be in that dip for however long you need to, and then pull yourself out of it. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. Please, by all means, drop your comments and your thoughts down below. If you have any suggestions or methods or anything to add to the conversation, put that down in the comments as well. And then make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in our next conversation. Bye for now.